Capital Nature was established 5 years ago, and we started investing 4 years ago in all types of projects and technologies in green energy, managing total of $30 million for those seed and early stage investments. And we are also receiving some of that fund is by the Israeli government. We are part of the incubation program, or like the incubation program. We have a very experienced and dedicated team that does all the work as the investment fund, but in order to do more with less, we do that by cooperation with all the relevant organizations in our field, may it be the governmental agencies that involved, and I was talking about the Ministry of Economy, the Chief Scientist, Ministry of Energy, and so on. The most influential ones are those that you see on the bottom, the logos of our six investors. 3 of them are one of the biggest 3 technological companies in their area. It's Rafael, Ormat, and Elbit. I don't know if you know all of them, but they are leading in their segments in Israel, and the rest are 3 financial organizations, also big and leading in their segment. But we are doing that also with a bunch of multinational companies that we created networking with and open cooperation. You see the names above. So altogether, we can do much more with much less resources. Since we started, we've seen around 650 projects or technologies that are relevant to be invested in. We are working with all the research institutions, and by now we have 13 technologies or startups under management. Now let's see the technologies themselves. That's the most interesting part. So we try to focus with our startups in those areas that we think and feel the markets that are the most active and the most, I would say, hot in terms of potential exit following that. So solar enablers, we'll see one in that area. Energy storage, this is a huge topic, and a huge enabler for renewable energy. Energy efficiency, smart grid, and smart transportation. I'll touch upon all those just to give you a flavor of the technologies that we have. So I'll start with SolView. This is the market of rooftop solar is the most rapidly growing market of the solar market, and just a short clip to show you the potential, just a second, to show you the potential to unleash that market. You need a very strong analytic tool to get to those targets.
Residential solar is booming. As a solar professional, you want your business to scale up with a growing market. But how do you get effective coverage for vast areas, pick the best leads, and find the best rooftops? SolView, solar potential made simple. SolView utilizes its innovative and proprietary technology to provide an online, automatic analysis of rooftop solar and financial potential. With SolView, you can automatically canvass and rank entire areas, lead packages, and single residential addresses. SolView also provides an advanced lead generation platform with pre-screened rooftops. With SolView, you can focus your sales force, effectively target the best rooftops and leads, and boost your sales. Automatic, efficient, professional, and smart. SolarView, solar potential made simple.
So this is an example of one of our very early investments. SolarView just finished the incubation phase a little bit more than a half a year ago, already selling in the US market for some of the largest national solar installer in the US, also raising funds for their follow-on investments. The next company is Chakratech, and now we're touching energy storage. And Chakratech, or the industry as a whole, is in a rush towards storage. But those storage solution mostly goes, as you heard about Tesla trying to bring to market the power wall. Those are based on chemical batteries. We try to approach that market with a different solution of a mechanical solution that gives you much more per the same capex investment.
Welcome to the new age of energy storage. Introducing Chakratech's Kinetic Battery, a green energy dream come true. We already know how to generate and store green energy without burning fossil fuels, and that's great. But why do we keep on using polluting chemical batteries for storing that energy? This is the story of Bob and John. Bob stores the unused green energy in a battery to use when needed. A nice solution if it wasn't for the fact that frequent deep charging and discharging shortens the battery's life, making it a costly and an environmentally pollutant solution. John, on the other hand, has a totally sustainable and smarter way to store energy. How? Simple. John uses Chakratech's Kinetic Battery, unlimited smart storage. Chakratech's Kinetic Battery uses a mechanical flywheel to store energy. It is the dream come true of batteries for commercial and industrial applications. The Kinetic Battery system withstands practically unlimited numbers of deep charge and discharge cycles, can be used in multiple concurrent applications, and has no polluting chemicals. Therefore, it has a much longer lifespan, and it is green. Moreover, John can decide for which application mix, how much, and when to supply his stored energy. And if he needs to provide or store more energy, he just adds more kinetic battery units. Simple and flexible. Now that's what we call smart. The advantages of a kinetic battery at the cost of a chemical battery, taking you to a whole new energy storage level. Chakratech's Kinetic Battery is a dream come true. Chakratech. Unlimited smart storage. The economic and green way to go.
Chakratech, again, one of our early investments. They finished the incubation phase just a year ago, already raised additional fund from Chinese investors. They more than tripled their first valuation when we invested to the current one. So it's a great technology and a great potential in the market. Going to another example, this is Rodix. Rodix is a foldable. It's a foldable last mile solution for urban places. The idea here is that you can move with that vehicle wherever you need to, or whenever you need to within the city, and it's totally complementary to other transportation means. So if you're living in the suburbs and you want to go into the city, you just fold that vehicle in the metro station or train station, go with it into the city, unfold it, drive wherever you want to, and and this is really the difference between other e-bikes or segways, as you know them in the market. Whenever you reach your destination, you have to park them somewhere because they are heavy, complex, and very expensive. This one is a small one, foldable into a trolley, and you can take it wherever you want to. You're going to your office, you're going to the bank, you're going to a meeting in a coffee shop. It goes with you, just like a trolley. So you don't need to park it anywhere. It rides with you everywhere. More than 30 kilometers of distance within the city, lightweight, economic friendly, also navigated by your cell phone. This kind of last mile urban solution. Thank you. I'll skip the next one just because of the time. This is another very interesting, and I've touched just on 3 of the technologies that we have under management. This is just to give you the flavor. How well are we doing? Well, up to now, in terms of the valuation of the current companies, we've done 1.5x on the dollar. This is in 4 years of investments, and remember that 60% or more than 60% of our investments are still in the seed or incubation phase. So they are not gaining any new valuation, only those that are more mature. So this is just in 4 years, and we expect that 2 years from now will be 3x on the money. So that gives you a little bit of notion where are we going to and what kind of valuation can we meet down the road. And our future plans, whenever we'll grow enough to have a portfolio of over 20 technologies, is also to go public. So this is another way to benefit. We are looking to raise additional $10 to $20 million in order to do follow-on investments and to enlarge the portfolio that we currently have. We are also looking to find co-investors to invest with us in our emerging portfolio. So if any of the technologies you found that those that I present, or if you go to our website, any of them is of interest, then we'll be most interested to hear about it and to try to accommodate that too. That's it, guys. Thank you very much.
Just a few questions.
Sure.
Tell us a little bit about, right, so you Capital Nature is doing a round now.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about, do you own control positions in these companies, or they have wholly owned, or you have minorities? Tell us about, do you structure the same type of deal with each of the portfolio companies? Tell us about the economic or the ownership relation you have with these companies.
Okay, very good. Usually the seed stage investments is somewhere between $500,000 to $1 million. As a concept, we don't take control. We think that the entrepreneurs themselves should have that control. We are their partners. We are there to assist them to do whatever is needed in order to go through this valley of death in terms of startups. So we don't take control in the companies. Usually it's somewhere between 30 to 40, 42%. That would be the upper limit. In that stage, did I miss something in your question?
And what is the connection between these companies and the Arava Institute?
Very good. We are trying to have as many as bottom lines as possible. So we are economic, we are green, and we try to target also regional development. The area of the Arava, for those of you who don't know, in Israel is the area where this is the solar valley of Israel. All the major projects in terms of solar fields are there, so it's the natural place for us to grow the companies there. We have there our incubation and tech center. We have there our test site for those technologies that need also validation and testing of those systems. So the major portion of our activity is there.
I'd like to turn over to the audience if any other questions. Ben.
Just curious, how does desalinization fit into all this? Is that
Desalinization? Yeah. Well, we don't do directly water technologies, but desalination has a huge portion of energy in it. Something between 40 to 50% of the cost of desalination is the cost of energy. So we are looking into that area. We've seen some interesting technologies there. Haven't invested so far, but we're keeping a close eye on that because it's very interesting. The energy portion of that is there is a lot of potential. Right. Yeah.
makes it prevalent?
Yeah. We are looking at solar desalination or other systems of. Today, most desalination is done through reverse osmosis. There are other technologies also to do that. We try to find a good technology there.
Yes, Ari.
How long do the batteries store energy?
The one that I presented, Chakratech, this is one of their main features. The machine itself can work for 20-25 years just with small annual maintenance. The energy stored is mostly for daily and weekly usage. It's not for seasonal storage or more than that, because there is a ratio of discharge or natural discharge of energy roughly around 1% per hour. So for daily cycles, it's the most suitable solution, and you can do as many cycles as you want. You can do arbitrage of energy prices if you're grid connected, buying from the grid at night and use it at peak hours, integrated renewables and shift the overload to other hours. So you can do 3 or 4 multiple cycles per day.
Avi, thank you very much. We have your business plan is printed out. We print out their executive summary. Where is it? It's right out front. In addition, anybody wants to have any specific follow-up, please follow up with Avi. We're going to be emailing all attendees the details for Avi to follow up, and we look forward. We encourage everybody to follow up with any specific questions. Thank you, Avi.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay. Our next company is going to be called TechWin Labs, and TechWin is an investment fund which makes early stage investments in high-tech companies of Arab entrepreneurs in Israel. It was founded by Imad Telhami, the industrialist and entrepreneur, who was joined by a unique cooperation between Israel's largest funds and its founders, Pitango, which was founded by Chemi Perez, and JVP, Jerusalem Venture Partners, founded by a member of Knesset, Dr. Erel Margalit. TechWin Labs is looking to play an instrumental role in creating the entrepreneurial ecosystem in the Israeli Arab community and the regional Arab-speaking countries. The objective of the fund is to allow the ventures to operate in well-known markets with a special focus on activity in the Middle East and the rapidly growing Arab market of more than 350 million mobile users and 120 million internet users in 22 countries. Our speaker is Itzik Fried, CEO of TechWin Labs.